only from Yamaha.
Back in Norwalk, Ohio, as we continue our coverage of the Norris Motorsports Cyclefest, let's check in with Griff Allen to this week's Sportsman Spotlight.
You know, the great thing about the Super Sport class is that it really opens the door for anybody who can just go into a dealership and write a check for a bike to come out to the track and compete. Why is that? Well, they come very close to stock bikes, Robin, if I'm not mistaken. It's pretty easy to get involved in the sport with Super Sport.
Absolutely true. Absolutely.
And you've gone with a 1-liter Honda machine. Why that one rather than a smaller 600?
Well, I actually run both classes, but the Honda was new. No one's been on one yet. I thought, well, I'll bring it out and see what we can make it go, you know, how to run. So far it's been okay. I think the bike's much faster than I am.
And by the nature of the class, you really keep the cost down in terms of setting it up and getting race ready.
Absolutely true. Not near the expense. A good variety of machines to ride. The competitors are all very friendly, and it makes for a nice class to run in.
All right, you always know the super sports rather, because as you walk through the staging lanes as they're getting ready to race, you'll commonly see license plates on a lot of these machines, which are daily ridden on the road.
All right, thank you, Griff. Sportsman Finals, as promised, we'll start with Pro ET and Eric Harmon from Canfield, Ohio on a Kawasaki. He'll be facing Mike Perry from Venice, Florida, also on a Kawasaki.
And Mike Perry's the points leader in the Pro ET series, so he's going to be really tough. So we'll see if the local favorite of Eric Harmon can take out the veteran.
Well, Harmon did qualify number 1. Although Perry had the better reaction time, Harmon zooms past, picks up the win. 8:30 beats out an 8:98. Moving on to the 600 Super Sport category, Richard Gadsden from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania on a Kawasaki, qualified number 3. Chip Ellis, the number 1 qualifier out of Salisbury, North Carolina, will be his opponent.
An all-factory Kawasaki battle here, but Chip Ellis is the guy who's really pushing the points, and he wants this win bad so he can maintain this to try for this championship.
Well, nearly equal reaction times, but Ellis pulls ahead in the last 8th mile to win it. 9:83, 138 miles per hour. Moving on to the Hot Rod Cruiser final now. Mark Underwood, the number 1 qualifier. Good shot there of Mark as he does his burnout in the water box. His opponent will be Rick McWatters, the number 2 qualifier.
And for the second time this season, you've got an all-Yamaha finals, and this is very important to the points. But Mark Underwood, earlier today, set the new record at 9:28 at 1:42.
Underwood off the line first, had the better reaction time, but look at McWatters pouring on. 9:54 upsets Underwood. He ran 136 miles per hour. Underwood could only muster a 9:73. Super Gas final, the 990 guys. Doug Peterson from West Babylon, New York on a Suzuki. He will face the Kawasaki, ridden by Zanesville, Ohio's Mark Colson.
Colson will be the local favorite here, fighting off the guy from New York, but both veterans in this class. It will be a very tight race and be determined by the reaction time.
Well, Peterson, the number 1 qualifier, was thinking upset. Boy, what a drag race. Look at this finish. Colson just noses him out. 9:93 beats a 9:95. What a drag race. Super Comp final coming up. Doug Fisher from Michigan on a Suzuki. His opponent will be Andy Bumbach from Fairfax, Virginia on a Kawasaki.
Andy Bombach was probably one of the first guys in our Pro ET category to just start dominating, but he rides 4 classes. He's certainly a threat here in Super Comp up against Doug Fisher.
Andy had the better reaction time, but yes, holds him off. 8:99 with a 0 to an 8:92. Remember, 8:90 was the dial-in. Top Gas final coming up next. Mike Konopacki from Ontario, Canada, qualified number 4. He'll be going up against Scott Mulkey, also out of Orient, Ohio, on a Kawasaki.
Now, Konopacki is the winningest sportsman racer in the sport, so he is always a tough guy to get around, but Mulkey is a proven winner as well.
Well, you can see why. Mike had a great 0.004 reaction time like he needed it. His 8:32 beats out Scott's 8:36. 1,000 Super Sport final coming up. Dustin Clark will go against Chip Ellis, the number 1 and 3 qualifier.
And this is the second time we've seen Chip Ellis in the final round today, so we'll see if he can have 2 motorcycles in the winner's circle at the end of the day.
Thought that guy looked a little familiar to me. Well, first off, off the starting line was Chip. Boy, what a drag race. Side by side, Chip Ellis noses him out. 9:17 beats out a 9:18. They both ran over 150 miles per hour. We are brought to you by Motorcycle Mechanics Institute. Live your passion, accelerate your future. And by Honda, the power of dreams. And by United Specialties, home of the Trend Center. We'll be back with more.